Hi everyone. So today we're going to talk about an important subject, and that is how to recognize a con man, or the signs that you are in the process of being conned. Every one of us is capable of falling to the hands of a con man, whether you're intelligent, whether you're rich or poor. There are con men and con women out there. And oftentimes, the people that fall prey to them are the people that are the most honest and have the most amount of integrity, because they can't always recognize the signs of a con person. So don't feel bad if it's happened to you in the past. And if it hasn't happened to you at all, thank goodness. But it behooves you to know the signs so that you can recognize them as soon as possible and get away from the person trying to con you. But before we begin, don't forget to click on the subscribe button and also to click on the notification bell so you can be notified every time there's a new video about wellness, health, life coaching, and anything to make your life a little sweeter and happier. Okay, so the first sign of a con man is they need something from you. Maybe they need money, maybe they need a house, maybe they need a car from you, maybe they need to move in with you for a short period of time, but usually a con man is going to try and need something from you. Now, of course, they're not going to show this right away. They will charm you first, but it will usually be the second step in the process. Is there's something they need from you, so look out for that. The next thing is they're going to come in and be overly charming. They will pay for meals. They will bring you gifts. They will try to seduce you. And again, this can be a man, this can be a woman, this can be somebody of the same gender. Gender aside, they all act the same. They will come in and try somehow to get you to have an overwhelming amount of emotion towards them. Another way they will do this is through acting like a real victim. You would be surprised to what lengths they will go to win your affections. They will pretend they're blind. They will pretend they have been victimized. They will pretend that they are a victim of rape. They will pretend that they are so many things in order to bring up affection in you. The next thing is they will come in a position of some kind of authority. Con people will pretend to be a laureate of Harvard University, just like they will pretend to be a police officer without flinching. They will resort to even getting certifications and fake badges online. Don't even put it past them to get something from the toy store for children. They are not afraid to get a Halloween police officer uniform, just like they are not afraid to pose as the FBI. They are unflinching in their capacity to lie and to play dress up and not be afraid of the consequences. So please be aware that the fact that somebody shows up as an FBI agent at your door, it doesn't necessarily mean that they are an FBI agent. You really want to be cautious. If somebody shows you a badge, make sure that badge looks real. Call the FBI yourself and ask for their badge number and verify. These are the types of things that con people will do to get into your life. Next thing is too good to be true. They're promising you gifts. They're promising you returns on investments. This could be a financial advisor that's a con person, and it's promising you returns that'll double what everybody else in the market is promising. They are promising you, perhaps it's a date. They're promising to marry you and give you kids within 2 months because they've figured out that that's your weak point and that's what you're looking for. They are amazingly good looking. They always dress up. They're always on their best behavior. Usually if somebody is always perfect, you want to make sure that this is for real. Okay, next thing is your intuition feels like something's off, and yet they are talking you out of it. You feel like there's something about this person that doesn't make sense. Maybe it's their age. Maybe they say that they are 24, but they actually look 30 to you, but they're convincing you that they're 24 years old. Maybe they're telling you that they have houses in multiple states, in multiple countries, and they're showing you pictures of these houses, but they never actually show you the real houses. You know, and your emotions are saying, your intuition is saying something is off. Even if you can't prove logically right away what it is, if you have a little alarm bell going off inside of you, even if you don't have the logical explanation yet, trust that your emotions are there to protect you. And sometimes they pick up on things that can't be proven yet, or that, you know, maybe you're not able to discern yet. But just believe in yourself enough to know that even if you don't have an explanation yet, if something doesn't feel right in your gut and in your stomach, something might be off, and listen to that even if you don't have proof yet. Okay. Another big sign is they're trying to rush you. They want you to make a decision fast about marrying them, about loaning them money, about letting them move in. They are pressuring you and you're not ready. So you know what? Do things on your time. Even if they give you a guilt trip, even if they will do things like catching you. For instance, they would propose to you in public so that you can't say no. They will ask you for money when you're at the bank in front of the bank officer, so you don't want to make a scene. They will, you know, tell your neighbors that they are your financial advisor, so that you feel embarrassed perhaps to say that that's not true. They find people that are particularly empathic or kind because they know these people might have a harder time humiliating them in public or saying no in public, because they're going to be thinking about, you know, not embarrassing the person. So don't care. You need to do what's right for you. You come first. And this is something you need to realize. Do not let them rush you by playing on your heartstrings or by making you feel guilty. You do things when you are ready. The next thing they're going to do is a victimhood. At one point or another, they may convince you. If they haven't been able to convince you through, you know, impressing you, the other way they might try and convince you through victimhood. You know, saying that they were the victim of child abuse, saying that they were scammed for all their money and that now they need help. You know, they might even convince you that they need help so much. As a good person, you might throw a party to raise money for them. All of these things are signs. If they, you know, provide you with an excessive amount of details about their personal life from the very beginning to hook you in and to make you feel sorry for them or to impress you, this is also a red flag, because an everyday person is not going to tell you all the vulnerable things about their life, or on the contrary, tell you about all the money they have, tell you about all the houses they have, and try to impress you right off the bat. Something is off about them. So realize that. The next thing is tiny lies. You know, you will catch them in little tiny lies that you might think are odd, but you don't even address. But if they say they're 61 and their ID says they're only 60, even that 1 year lie is off. A person doesn't know their birthday. They don't know how old they are. What are they, you know, why wouldn't you say the correct birthday? Because if a person is capable of lying about such small details, then they're also capable of lying about bigger things. They lie that they know the owner of your company. And you know, you're not going to go check on that. You're going to take them at face value. And later on in a conversation with the owner of your company, you say, oh, how long have you known XYZ for? And they're like, I didn't know them before. I met them through you. So all of these little lies are big red flags. So do not feel bad, and I want to encourage you to verify truth on your own timing. You can confront the con man and see how they react, but actually I would advise for you to fact check on your own before confronting them, because if they are a con man, they will have no qualms about not only lying straight to your face, they will also resort to unsavory tactics to quiet people, to bully people, and to scare people into saying things that might not be true. They're overly friendly too fast. If you meet somebody and they are just so friendly, always nice, always, in the beginning, something is off about that. It's like when you talk to a salesman and they start chit-chatting about all kinds of little things and it's a little over the top. That's the way it's going to feel with a con man. Another thing is illogical explanations. You're going to start picking up on explanations for things that just don't make sense. They're outlandish, they're outworldly. Well, they probably are not true. And so they will resort to bullying is another tactic, and scare tactics to get you to not confront them, whether it's saying they're going to leave you, whether they're saying you're going to lose all your money, whether it's saying that they're going to move out if they're paying half your rent, whatever they're going to do. So don't be scared off by the scare tactics, and realize that illogical explanations, they don't feel right, they're probably not right. And the last two things I just want to say is, remember, credentials still need to be proven. We live in a time when a person can create a fake website in a second, when a person can create they can create a website and befriend hundreds of people that they don't even know so that they look legitimate. They can find free stock photos and say that those pictures are pictures of their homes. It is very easy to create false identities nowadays in the age of technology. So not thinking that a website is necessarily proof of existence, and not thinking that pictures are either. You want to go a step further. You want to check the networks. You want to check that that there's a real building that exists at the address that they say. Hey, you encourage yourself to check whatever you can check to see that they are legit. And finally, don't give people trust off the bat. Trust needs to be earned. Even if you are not able to fact check, just give things time. It's amazing how time can show you the true colors of a person's intentions. So really just giving something time before you jump and before you believe in it. Trust needs to be earned by you. And this will help you have higher quality people around you, and keep away people that may not be worth your time. Please, you go ahead and share any stories that you have about con men or people, or con women, people that have tried to manipulate you, in the comment section, so that we can share our stories and learn from each other, so that we can all be safer and smarter as a community. Thank you so much, and many blessings.